Hi everyone, Craig here. I thought I would go ahead and I would take a moment to do a video to promote some of my upcoming projects and to also take a chance to explain what's been going on with me in the last few days. For the last year, I have talked off and on different social media platforms about preparing to move back home to California. Um, my family and we lived there several different times over the years, from, I would say, going back to 2010, I think it was, maybe 2009, on forward to until 2016, I believe it was, maybe 2017. Off and on, we traveled a lot. We lived in an RV for a while, for 5 years, while we took my kids to different professional wrestling schools across the country. Um, but we would go back and forth from different locations to California. Originally, we're from Indiana, near Chicago, uh, but we had moved out west, first to Arizona and then later to California. And we really fell in love with California, and that has always been home to me ever since. Um, there's no place like it in the world. And for the last year, I've talked about moving back there. I always enjoyed going back there when we were in the RV and taking the kids to different wrestling schools. And it always felt like going back home every time we were there. So for the last year, I've talked about moving back. It's something that has been really important to me. It's where I feel home is, but also at the same time, other opportunities have presented themselves in different ways in different places, especially here within the last week or two. And which is funny because I'm getting ready to leave in like 3 weeks, and it's like, and where I'm leaving from is Indiana, near Chicago. And I'm getting ready to go back to either California or one of these other places that have been presenting opportunities over the last couple weeks. It's a really difficult situation. It's difficult to discuss and talk about because I don't want to put too much information out there. So it's like, okay, how do I say, that even though over the last year I've been talking about going back to California, I very well may be going, who knows, back to Florida or back to Tennessee or to Michigan or somewhere out east, right? So I don't really want to put out there what I'm doing. California was definitely my ideal place to go to, and it's not that it still isn't. It's still home to me. It always will be. And it's not that I'm not going, but I don't know that I necessarily will be. It all really depends more on other people right now than it depends on myself and the actions that other people take. If no other actions are taken, then it's only left for me to assume that those opportunities have fallen through. And if other actions are taken, then I very well may be going somewhere else instead of California. But that's where has always been home to me. And one of the nice things about it that I enjoy is there's so much work in my field as an artist, as a creative, as a graphic designer. That kind of work is all over the place, especially in major cities all across the country. But the places where it can be found the most is in Southern California, where home is. So, not only does it feel like home to me, but it's also ideal for me from a financial perspective as well. However, at the same time, these other opportunities that are presenting themselves in other places, I can't just out and out say no to them quite yet. So I'm I found myself sort of at that place. I don't want to say a crossroads, because a crossroads usually only has 4 directions you can go, and I'm sort of being pulled in more than 4 directions. It's kind of nice to be able to have that freedom to choose where I want to go to, but also at the same time, with that freedom to choose coming so close to the time where I'm leaving, it also makes things difficult and throws things kind of up in the air a little bit. One thing is certain, I won't be staying in Indiana, so that's a good thing. I get to look forward to traveling again, but also at the same time, it's like, okay, well, other people need to either shit or get off the pot, right? Because otherwise I got things I gotta go do. So there's that. As a creative, as an artist, as a graphic designer, as a musician, again, larger cities across the US, especially Southern California, down in Florida, and on the East Coast near New York, those are definitely the most ideal places for me to be. So we'll see what happens. In regards to doing creative work, I do have a few new songs that I'm coming out with that I'll be releasing at the end of this month. They're not necessarily new, but they're newer versions. We decided to take some of the old dirge songs from 1997 and 1998 and to reimagine them and remaster them. And I've been putting a lot of work and a lot of effort into getting that done. And with those last 3 songs to put out, that will complete the trifecta, if you will, of the bands Dirge, The Toxics, and Cell, which is kind of cool. There's almost 100 different songs that people can listen to, and they vary and range from punk rock to a metal feel, to there's even a little bit of rap thrown in. There's just a little bit of southern classic rock thrown in. There's instrumentals, there's lo-fi hip hop. So there's a little bit in there for everyone. And you'll hear that off and on, if you haven't already, when I promote my artwork and my books, my novels, my comic books. Most of you know that I do artwork and I'm a writer, and I do graphic design work, and I have a lot of excitement to be able to travel, because I'm really looking forward to doing more landscape paintings. I'm hoping I can sell some. I'm sitting on a small stack of paintings right now, probably about 20 different ones that I'm trying to move. So if anyone is interested in buying landscape paintings, please let me know. I'd really like to be able to move them. My prices are very reasonable and they're very negotiable as well. So if you come to me and you say you're interested in one, but my prices are a little bit too high, I'm not afraid to negotiate and come down depending on what your income level is. It makes things easier for me because I don't have to move as much stuff, and it also puts a little bit of traveling money in my pocket, and at the same time you get something that's nice and handmade and original that you can give to a loved one as a birthday present or an anniversary gift or a Christmas gift. I also do celebrity sketches and I do celebrity portraits, very hyper realistic in full charcoals, and I also do comic book illustrations as well. I don't work on comic books all that much, not as much as I used to. I just sort of got away from it for financial reasons. It's not an easy industry to survive in, but I still do sketches and one-off pinups of your favorite superheroes. So if anyone is interested in that sort of thing. Again, my rates are really reasonable. And when it comes to graphic design work, my rates are reasonable as well too. I have books coming out right now. They're through my universe, the Black Star Universe. It's the place behind a black hole. We have black holes out in space, and what's on the other side of them, no one knows. Well, what's on the other side of one of them happens to be the Black Star Universe. A star collapsed in on itself, caused a black hole, and on the other side, you happen to have a different Earth that was invaded by zombies, and everyone died, and they went to the afterlife. And in the afterlife, they find themselves in the world of Dragondark. And within Dragondark, it is a fantastic realm full of everything that most fantasy books seem to offer, from knights and wizards and dragons and magic to pirates and plenty more than enough zombies. So I really hope you check out, the Dragondark books and the other books that happen to go along with the Dragondark story, which include Surge, Stiletto, and Grim Indiana. I've already got several books out there for sale already, and we have a new trilogy coming out in 2027. It's called the Genesis Trilogy, and it is a story that I'm very excited to tell, that I've been planning for the last couple of years. There's a lot of work going into that. It's part of the fun of being a writer, writing novels, being an author, is world building. And when you have built a world and then destroyed it, and then you tell a story of rebuilding a world, it gets to be pretty interesting as a writer, and I hope it'll be interesting for you as a reader as well. And then I also have a short film. It's only going to be about 20 minutes long, maybe a half hour long, but it's a short film. It's a musical, and it's called Gothic Kill. It's basically about the concepts of conception, birth, life, love, sex, death, and the afterlife, and what we go through as humans and what we experience. So that'll be really fun. I'm hoping the soundtrack for that will be ready in October of 2026. And I'm hoping the film can have a Christmas release date, but because I am relocating, because I'm traveling across the country, I may have to push it back until the spring or maybe even the summer of 2027. We'll see. But I've already begun work on it. It's a lot more work than what I originally anticipated. I never would have ever thought of myself as a filmmaker. And working on this first one is nowhere near as easy as what I thought it would be. But it's also a lot of fun, and I get to tell people my own vision and my own view of reality as we know it. Everybody's got their own opinions on reality. Everyone has their own opinions on life and death and the afterlife. And this is my way of being able to tell how I see things through not only film, but through music as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. The first few scenes that are already shot for it are really nice. They're really good. And the end credit scenes are really nice as well. I'm especially happy with the end credit scenes. So yeah, we also have the Dragondark role-playing game supplement, officially licensed from Dungeons & Dragons from Wizards of the Coast. That'll be coming out hopefully within the next couple months here in 2026. Again, that might also get pushed to 2027 as well because I'm relocating. But what won't get pushed back is next week we have 2 new books coming out, hopefully 3. We'll see what happens with Amazon. Most of you know that I do my publishing through Amazon, and I do a lot of my stories on Amazon Kindle that you can get for free with your Amazon Prime account. We have one Dragondark Fables story, which is actually a story of the future in Dragon Dark, and it features the character Tommy Tallfellow. We also have the third installment of the Dragon Dark Archive trilogy, which was previously released on my website as just a digital exclusive that people could read directly on the website for free, but I've since taken it down. That perk is now gone. Sorry, but I can only give so much away for free. And now it will be for sale next week in both paperback and for Amazon Kindle. And then I also just re-released, I should say, Grim Indiana #1. I was nominated for 2 different awards for writing that book. In 2011, I was nominated for Best Webcomic of 2011 and for Best Crime and Mystery Comic of 2011 by theduck.com. The Drunk Duck Awards. If anybody is familiar with Drunk Duck, they know that they are the world's largest webcomic provider on the entire planet. So even though I didn't win back in 2011, it was nice to be nominated for those 2 different awards. So I've gone ahead and I've taken Grim Indiana #1, and I've already released it on my website as a downloadable PDF that you can purchase for only $2.95. And hopefully here next week, possibly the week after, we'll see how long Amazon gets around to doing their thing, you will be able to purchase Grim Indiana #1 officially for Kindle. Again, if you don't have the Kindle app, you can download it on the Google Play Store, and if you have Amazon Prime, then you get it for free anyways. So yeah, those are the projects that I have coming out, and I'm very excited about relocating across the country, whether it's going back to California, which I'd really like to do that, or if it's going back to Florida, or possibly even out towards the East Coast near New York. We'll see what happens, but I'll try to keep everyone here updated and informed. In regards to the last couple days where I've had some problems with people harassing me on my account and trying to I don't know what you want to call it, bully me off the internet or whatever. I dealt with that over on Facebook already. Now I'm dealing with it here, and that problem will pass. That problem will go away. It does bother me. It does upset me because it interferes with my ability to do business. But at the same time, I know that seasons come and go, right? And there's the old phrase, this too shall pass. And it will. I'm not worried about that at all. So I was able to talk to TikTok today, and they're trying to help me get the issue resolved with my music being somebody tried to claim a copyright infringement on my original music that I have never shared with anyone, that I haven't even released yet. And yeah, TikTok's working on helping me with that now. I spoke with them today, and they're being very helpful, so I'm very appreciative of that. And yeah, I think that's all that I got. This has been a pretty long video, so I'll go ahead and I'll cut it short here. But yeah, I hope everyone checks out my upcoming projects, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.